And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Got enough for the first down. At the 40, there he goes. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. And the Golden Gophers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play or more.
Which is illegal, you ball. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, I think the experience on offense was a big reason why the head coach felt confident going for it there on 4th down. He says a lot of guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've been in these big game moments before. Ice in their advance. You saw it there on that completion to keep the sticks moving.
Off play action. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quarterback on the keeper. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Makes the grab over the middle. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Huskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Snap it to the back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Cornhusker! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. He'll throw it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. To the air. It's Peace. Pocket breaking down. Got his man on the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Golden Gophers are in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page. in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he reels it in inside the 30. And the Golden Gophers are on the move.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. The give on the option. Fights off a defender. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Reads it, fires complete. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Golden Gophers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. A 1st down run on the doorstep. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minnesota! Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. Caught in the backfield. It's Hayden. At the 35, he's open. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. The give to the tailback. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal blocking.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 1st down here for the offense. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Got him downfield. Snowed under by the defense.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Now the pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. And the Huskers with the 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback, affect him, get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. On the move, he fires. And the 3rd down pass incomplete after a good deflection by the defense. The Cornhuskers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. On target to the left. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking downfield, it's Peace. Makes the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Looking to fire. And the quick shuffle pass. Pulled down for the tackle. And the Golden Gophers want to crank the tempo. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Reels it in down the left side. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
There's a very high standard and a high bar when you're playing defense at Nebraska. You always hear people talk about the black shirts. Well, this guy right here, he fits into that because of his speed. You saw on that blitz, they had no shot at blocking him. He's able to get home to the quarterback to come up with a massive sack.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We've still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is picked up in the end zone. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it on the left. Nothing but green grass down the middle. No one there to stop him, except the fellow in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. The go-ahead touchdown called back after the flag, and this offense going to have to regroup quickly. From the gun, looking for a man. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Makes the grab. It's Bobo. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
The give out of the gun. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Got his man on the right. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8. The Huskers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Huskers want to move quickly. Second down, he'll throw it. Skips away from pressure. And he launches in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Peace. He's got an open man. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. To the air on 1st down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. Oh, better look out. Breaks into the open. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. The Golden Gophers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Under fire. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Throws to the tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down. And the Golden Gophers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll keep it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Here's the pressure. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Right down the boulevard. It's now a one-point game, 14-13. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Cornhuskers will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
The Golden Gophers will hustle to the line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Caught on the outside, it's Gray. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go?
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Dropping back, it's Peace. Pulls it in, it's Gray.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession. The Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires one high and deep. He's got it down the right side. Finds a
two different thought processes when I'm backed up towards my own goal line. Run it, create more space, or take a big shot and try to make a big play. And did this offense ever make a big play? 90-plus yard touchdown. That is how you do it.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does...
Turning it on! Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The Golden Gophers moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw its piece. Caught near the sticks. It's Witherspoon. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Well, they're able to complete the hitch throw against man coverage. And, hey, quarterback's got to be able to get it to him quickly because he knows that defender is going to be driving on the ball. So really nice job not hesitating, getting it to him, and then he gets what he can get after the catch.
Makes the grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. And the Golden Gophers in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds a yard short at the 49.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. He'll do it himself. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the run, it's Rock. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. The give from the gun. Past the first down marker and still running. He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Buffalo is in front. They've represented Western New York so well today, but they still have to finish the job, and that's not a given. They're up by a field goal over Eastern Michigan.
Off the play fake on first down to throw.
Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tight end now in motion. He'll pull it on the read. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. The Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Peace. Dumps it to the back. Grabbed over the middle, it's Rock. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Rush is on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football team.
Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And the Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner is stopped. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there.
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. On the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Handoff to the lone back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback on the keeper.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football. That time on the option play, I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
To the ground. He's got it again. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They go to the draw. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. That's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, you go from perfect position of strength. I get to salt this clock away. I get to run this out. I'm going to win to, man, now I got to put my defense back on the field, and anything can happen, right, in football, and you can catch breaks, and so now you got to go out and earn it. You had this thing under wraps.
The Golden Gophers want to pick up the tempo.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Rock. There he goes. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. And the Golden Gophers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. Got his man. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Not many hiccups on. But it's 2nd and 13 now.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. That's caught. It's Hart. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They've got the ball at midfield. Facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the catch. It's Witherspoon. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. They'll move the tight end. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Cornhuskers will have it 1st and 10. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's got some space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. The Huskers look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's going to fire to the left. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. They just weren't able to come down with that one.
And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's Hayden. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
They'll move the wide receiver. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Nebraska.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Trying to start the drive with a pass. The short hands, it's Witherspoon. And just a short and safe pass play, they pick up a few. The Golden Gophers headed quickly to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
Timeout, Nebraska.
New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got the tight end. Got room at the 35. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Golden Gophers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Unloads quickly. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Bought a little time, lets it go. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the change impossible. He'll keep it himself. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He lost one down the sideline. He was able to come down with the pass, but not in bounds, so it'll be a turn. Down. And here it's the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. Under fire. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that. He lobs one high down the left side. Grabs it inside the 15. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Huskers aren't threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska! They extend this 4th quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But the opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Witherspoon. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side. They have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Oh, they're after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Golden Gophers will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, Dave. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll try the run. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.